Go down the wrong pipe.
Oh, yeah.
That's what she said.
I was trying to get it ready. You beat me to it. Welcome to Just the Tip, a fantasy football podcast. We are your hosts. We got Ryan the Tagless Haynes, Matt IR Regan, fresh in a new location. We got Kyle behind the screen for you as well. Hey, Regan, how you doing, man? Welcome back.
So excited to see you guys. Surprisingly.
That's shocking.
And yeah, tell me about it. You guys are a lot better looking than I thought you guys were.
It hasn't been that long, man. Come on.
Just kidding.
Regan looks good, man. He looks young. I don't know what's going on over there.
These vibrant wood walls behind me.
The camera angle. It's looking down, too.
Yeah, I put it as the Jesus angle. Just looking down on it.
Or the never mind.
Not cool, man.
Family show. Just kidding. We are Just the Tip, a fantasy football podcast where you can accept our tips on fantasy football or you can reject them. Either way, it's up to you, but we do guarantee a win in the next 20 years if you take our tips. Share our tips with your friends and family. You can find us on Apple, Spotify, Google, and Amazon podcasts, and watch us on YouTube at Just a Tip Fantasy Football Podcast. Hit us up on our socials as well with some start-sit question, trade questions. Go right ahead. Just a Tip FFP. We appreciate it. We are going to get into the Week 3 AFC starts and sits. What's that, Regan?
Just excited him.
I know.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
You didn't watch any football this past weekend because you were moving.
I watched some of the Patriots. I watched most of the Pats. So the rest of it was just research on stats. So
there you go.
And withdrawal, man.
I'm freaking out, honestly.
He's gonna need an intervention at some point, I think.
Yeah, well, did you win this weekend, Regan?
Oh, all right? Yeah. Oh yeah, I won a lot. There was one league I scored 176 points. I lost because somebody scored 207. Somebody had Aaron Jones and Hawkinson to play, and they scored 60 points together. That was cool.
Yeah. If you have them, it's pretty cool. I won $8 on DFS for a Monday night game, so that was pretty cool.
All
but
right.
I won my other weeks too.
Money.
Yeah. Only put in like 50 cents, so hey, it's cool.
They have 50-cent games. That's awesome.
You do 10 cent, 25, 50, yeah. Just do a handful of those on the random nights and see what happens. Buy yourself
DFS noob over here.
Cup of coffee or something.
Oh.
Yeah, when the playoffs happen, I go big during then, but still waiting to see.
How big is the coffee you get? $8 worth? I get a liter of coffee.
Not the Dan Campbell sizes, that's for sure. That's too much. But we will get into not Haynes' briefs because Haynes is free balling tonight, and we're just going to go into the Hurt Locker.
I broke my back.
What do you mean by that?
My back is broken.
What, a vertebrae or what portion?
Spinal.
I still find that hilarious. Mike, you're killing me.
We're trying out this new segment, the Hurt Locker, where it's the injury report, not so much news. But yeah, take it away, Ryan.
Oh, plenty to get into. We were talking about this pre-show. This is really the start of when you start to see all these guys pop up during the week. Did not practice. And you have to check your lineup all the way up to game time because you just don't know. There could be curveballs at any moment. So make sure you're staying on top of this stuff. But we'll start with Big Ben Roethlisberger. He was one of the surprise guys that didn't practice to me on Wednesday. Back in practice today on a limited basis. Seems like he's good to go for Sunday. You guys hearing anything different?
No, that he's old. That's it.
Pectoral muscle injury?
Pectoral.
Yep. Pectoral. That's what I said.
I know. I didn't know he had them.
They're underneath somewhere.
I thought they were moves.
The guy break.
Moves. He has a moob injury.
That they're burger buns.
What
You
we
can
got
get
next,
pectoral
Ryan?
muscles in two ways. You don't work them out enough, or you work them out way too much. So I think he might be the sooner than the latter there. All right. The other big piece of news today, OBJ is back. Full participant in practice today. Likely to be playing on Sunday. Not 100% at this point. But with Jarvis Landry out, we'll get into this, but OBJ could be back.
Perfect.
Moving on.
All right. Josh Jacobs not at practice today. I don't think this guy's going to practice all year, to be honest with you. I don't know what's going on, but
That's a good assessment.
So he didn't practice. Amari Cooper was limited today. T. Higgins limited today. It seems like Amari is going to be close. He's not on until Monday night, so he has an extra day of rest. So that'll be good. But it seems like he's trending in the right direction, but just make sure you're keeping an eye out. And I hate Monday night, like questionable decisions like this. It drives me crazy. I've already had it both weeks. Josh Jacobs the first week, DeAndre Swift last week. I'm like, can I just get like a healthy guy Monday night? That would be so appreciated at this point.
No, not allowed.
That's my brand.
I didn't mean to mention at the beginning that we are filming on Thursday night, September 23rd, 2021. I don't think I mentioned that, so just want to make sure that people
Big game tonight
when they're listening to it. Oh yeah, the game tonight. Can't wait to see McCafferey get 5 touchdowns. We'll see.
Oh, that would be great. Carolina Panthers versus the Houston Texans, baby.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's finish off the Hurt Locker here. Lamar Jackson, reports today came out that he was missing practice due to his backflip and hurting his hip. Come to find out, he's got a stomach virus, which is very, very different. Didn't practice and is very much expected to play this weekend. So don't fret, Lamar Jackson owners.
Took a little Pepto. He's good.
We talked about this last week. There's nothing that makes you run faster than explosive diarrhea. So
I missed that conversation. I'm glad I did.
Could be a good thing for him. No Tyrod tonight. Davis Mills gets the start. So check your lineups real quick. You got 18 minutes left. Do you not play Brandon Cooks or David Johnson?
We're not live.
I'm playing Cooks. You got to anyways, though.
Damn it, I keep forgetting that. Every week.
You don't have to play Cooks. I'm not playing Cooks. Not on a short week with the backup QB. I wouldn't do it. I'm sure you can find a better option.
No, I play. Well, listen, I have AB, and he's the other guy. He's likely not to be playing this weekend. Tested positive for COVID today. Is going to have to get back-to-back 2 days straight of negative testing, and obviously it's Thursday, so that's problematic. So Brandon Cooks, for me, is in my lineup.
That sucks.
I don't hate it. I think they're just going to air it out. The guy gets we've talked about this in the past. If he gets 16 targets, he catches 7 or 8 of them. Mm-hmm. That's a good week. So we'll see.
Well, good luck to you.
I'm going to need it.
Thanks, buddy.
Anything else?
No, locker's closed. Locked it up. Set the code.
Locked
Gonna need a nice combination to get in.
All right. Well, appreciate it, man. With that, we are going to get to the AFC matchups here. Any AFC game that is being hosted by an AFC team is what I meant. Any football game hosted by the AFC team. And then we'll do the NFC starts and sits on the next episode, where Regan is pretty excited about that episode.
Oh yeah,
is that the vibe I'm getting?
Yeah. So
give us a little tease.
I like it a lot. So I'm gonna put up a poll on our socials. I got asked to do something for, we'll just say, a member.
Don't do it. It's not worth it.
A member of the Patriots. I've already done something for them, non-sexually. No tips involved. But either way, I've made something for somebody in Atlanta. I've made something for somebody, maybe somebody that doesn't play for them anymore. Maybe he had a 1 on his jersey. And I also did something for the team. So I actually just got asked to do something else. So I'm going to need some help with some, we'll say naming, but I'm going to put up a poll. We'll talk about it on the next podcast for the NFC breakdown. So make sure you watch it.
Sounds good, man. All right, let's get
very
into
exciting.
That was good, man.
Honestly, I'm excited about it. So I'm excited to share another tip.
That was a perfect tease. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm intrigued.
I'm getting all tingly. Let's get into the starts and sits.
Here on ESPN 8, The Ocho, bringing you the finest in seldom seen sports from around the globe since 1999. If it's almost a sport, we've got it here.
Welcome back, Regan. How about you lead us into the first matchup here?
You're a real jerkhead, you know that?
I know. Yeah.
All right, first game, which is going to be an awesome game, I think. We got the LA Chargers versus Kansas City Chiefs. Honestly, both these teams, I think it's fair to say all your original starters you're probably going to start. They both, the Chargers defense isn't what it's been the past 2 years. So I feel like both these teams, it's just going to be a shootout. The only player I'm kind of nervous about is CEH for the Chiefs. And he has the position that everybody wants. You want the Kansas City running back, but that's because we remember players like Jamal Charles and Kareem Hunt, and CH was supposed to be that next guy up, and after Damian Williams, and it's not panning out. He's struggled the past 2 weeks, as well as last year. He was a dud for me. Sorry for the technical difficulty, fellas.
I don't know what happened there.
Was that all of us?
No, just you two.
You guys froze up, so I backed out and backed in.
Yeah,
Hopefully we
didn't want to do a solo show, Colin
Yeah.
Coward style.
I know. Did you keep on rolling with it?
Oh,
I
we're rolling.
did.
We're rolling.
Awesome.
There's a still frame of Regan with his mouth open for about 13 seconds. It's hilarious.
We can
Oh
do.
man, if I wasn't already excited, now I am.
Some nice emojis.
I already have a
up there.
printout on my wall of it. So
Thanks, PK. Anyways, let's get back into it. Obviously, we were talking about the LA Chargers, Kansas City. I think we play everyone. Mac, to you, I brought up that CH is my only questionable player. I don't think you showed it yet, so on and so forth. Are you waiting on him? Are you benching him? You did probably get him in like the 4th, 3rd round, so it's probably pretty tough to do so.
Yeah, I took him in the 3rd round in one league, and this is what I'm struggling with. We'll get into the matchup next episode, but it's Elijah Mitchell or CEH. I have Jonathan Taylor for my running back 1, so I'm thinking I just got to go big play with CEH. Hopefully this is his game that he goes off on.
Yeah, like you said, Elijah Mitchell, we'll get to him in the next podcast, but it could be a chance, he doesn't play. So CH is definitely the fair route.
It sounds like you say Eliza. Eliza Minnelli.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Ryan, you got anything on this game? We golden for the next.
To piggyback off of CEH, I tried to buy him low, like we talked about in our last episode. Didn't work out for me though.
I've been trying to.
One league I have Rondale Moore right now is like wide receiver 6, so I just tried to like trade him straight up for CEH, considering he just had that big outing on Sunday. And my second running back is Tevin Coleman right now, so I could use another running back.
I think you could. For Kansas City, McCole Hardman, you starting him?
Ooh.
I think he's a
Flex
decent flex play.
Yeah, he is. I would say flex. A deeper league, easy flex.
Over under what's like 53 points for this game, so
yeah,
you might get a piece of that. Then the Chargers, yeah, you're starting Herbert. Hopefully he actually gets a touchdown, not called back. Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, and Austin Eckler. That's about it. Oh, Jared Cook. You starting Jared Cook at all?
Yeah, I mean, if it depends on where you're at with your tight ends, but if you're in like that mid tier, he's a pretty good play this week.
Yeah,
that's a good point. All right, guys, to close this one off, Mac, who are you taking? Who's winning this game?
Well, I'm taking Kansas City. I rarely pick against them. So
unless you're playing the Raiders, right? PK. Ryan, you feel the same way?
Yes.
All right, and I agree. Kansas City for the win. All right, guys,
Nice.
Next one. We have Arizona Cardinals and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh man,
What a
this is exciting.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll jump into the starts and sits. Arizona.
The Arizona is going to spank them, and Urban Meyer's is
harder, Daddy.
Nice drop, buddy.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead, Regan. You can continue. Sorry.
So, anyways, DeAndre Hopkins is on the injury list. It is going to be questionable if he plays. He did not practice today. I'd be surprised if he doesn't play, but something to keep an eye on. That being said, would you guys bench Murray in any way if Hopkins didn't play? Ryan, I see you nodding your head. I agree with you. I probably wouldn't bench him. But are you persuaded at all with players like a lot of the times you have Kyle Murray, you've drafted players like Stafford, Jalen Hurts. You might have Justin Fields later on your bench, who's getting the start this week. Are you playing any of those three guys over Kyle Murray if DeAndre Hopkins sits?
No, he's been way too hot for me. Way too hot.
Yeah.
Hopkins
only had 4 receptions last week, and Kyler Murray was still the quarterback 1. And yeah, Kyler Murray.
You're a sexual dynamo. Most guys couldn't even handle you. I've been reading books on the outside just so I can keep up with you.
They can't handle him. No. So yeah, this is a silly question. I don't know why you took a week off. Come on, what is this?
No, I'm not trying to persuade you guys.
Some sort of hot take.
I'm not trying to persuade you guys, but this is the question that's going to come up with a lot of people, especially like Justin Fields, Jalen Hurts, these younger guys that are coming off Jalen Fields on his first start. People are probably excited to play him. So I thought it was a fair question to ask in general. But
to Reed's point, to his point, like Stafford, I could see the debate on that. And I think in a lot of 10-team leagues too, you see a lot of teams that could have like a Kyler Murray, even like maybe a Josh Allen combo, like
Tannehill.
Yeah. I mean, I could see like some debate, but he's just been way, way, way too hot. I mean, clear cut quarterback number 1 right now.
I couldn't agree more.
For sure. Sits James Conner. He probably shouldn't even be on your team. I think he was a drop candidate for us.
Yeah, I'm just saying he might get a lot of running at the end of this game to burn out this clock.
He might. There you go, Ryan. Go ahead, pick up James Conner and throw him in there.
That's not a bad play. It's better than Tevin Coleman, who will get 3 carries.
Oh my God, yeah.
That league I had Dobbins and Edwards, dude. Dobbins and Gus. So it wasn't because I drafted poorly.
I know.
Look at the draw.
You don't have to. You don't have to explain it to me or the people. It's not like we owe them anything. They're just taking our tips.
Mac, jump on Jax.
Yeah, I'm not going to. I might hurt them. They're pretty soft. But yeah, Jacksonville. I think the only guy I'm willing to play is Shark or Marvin Jones in the flex if I absolutely need to. Say Antonio Brown's going to be out, and you need to throw them in your flex. Something like that. But besides that, sitting everybody else. Chenault's been dealing with injury. He's not getting all the passes either, unfortunately. And James Robinson, Regan, you had him as a keeper. You're all excited because you hated Travis Etienne and you were excited when he got hurt for some reason.
All right, so question.
I'm just kidding. You were not excited that he got hurt, but you were excited to have him as a keeper. What's your question?
So I actually am playing 2 of these guys, but you guys can pick one. I got Elijah Mitchell, who we're questioning about, so we'll say he's a go. Damian Harris and James Robinson. They're all projected for 12 points.
Damian Harris.
How about rank them? If Elijah Mitchell's playing.
Damian Harris, James
Elijah.
Robinson, and then Elijah for me.
Okay. I'd have Elijah Mitchell second.
Okay.
I think what Dalvin Cook did to them last week, I think he had 131 yards in the ground against Arizona. So I think that opens the door for Robinson to have a decent week. But like we've talked about in the past, that O-line is troublesome.
Yeah, big time.
Hey, I had somebody reach out to me. One last thing. Kane Ravenna, fan from Vermont. He messaged me asking, he had a trade offer he has Hopkins, and somebody offered him Cooper Kupp. Would you take that deal?
Yeah.
You would?
He gets who?
Cooper Kupp.
He gets Cooper Kupp. He trades DeAndre Hopkins.
Straight up, for sure.
I see. My only thing that would deter me from that is, as we talked about Hopkins being injured, but it's Hopkins' durability. Kupp's been missed a couple games once in a while. I don't know if that really matters to you. Probably depends on what your other wide receiver is. If you're looking for that boom play, that's DeAndre Hopkins. That guy can put up massive numbers once in a while. And Kupp's going to be your average player that's going to get you mostly above average, but no like crazy games, I would think.
My advice to him was, I think when healthy, both of these guys could kind of alternate on who has the big weeks and who doesn't. Obviously, Kyler Murray right now, I think, has the edge on Matt Stafford. My advice to him is that if both healthy, look at the playoff matchups, 15, 16, and 17. Because these guys are going to get, either way, they're going to get a lot of points if they're playing. Like Hopkins had a bad week last week. I think in PPR formats, he had 15 or 16 points. So look at who they're going to be playing in the playoffs. And I think Hopkins has like the Lions, the Cowboys, and somebody else. And Cooper Kupp has the Ravens, the Vikings, and one other team as well. So it's not that much of a difference either, but I think Hopkins has a little bit of the edge come playoff time.
It's a good point. When you're weighing out something so comparable, it's a good point.
We'll see. I do love Cooper Kupp, though. He's my fave.
Yeah, same. All right, guys. I'm pretty sure we hammered this game way more than we should have. Do we even have to say who wins? I think we're all going Cardinals.
Going Cardinals. Kyler Murray's throwing 6 touchdowns.
Oh, baby.
Beautiful.
All right, on to the next one, boys.
Next one, we got Chicago Bears at the Cleveland Browns here. Browns, Chubb and Hunt. You got to start them. Guys I was looking at for streaming options, Austin Hooper and Harrison Bryant, the tight ends. Landry's down. OBJ's going to be a game-time decision. When Landry went down, they got them involved. They each had like 5 targets, and Hooper had 5 receptions. Harrison Bryant had 4 and like 30, 40 yards. So, again, not the best, but if you are desperate at tight end, they are a good streaming option with the receivers down. They're going to have to get the ball more. Yeah, OBJ, I didn't even draft him, but are you starting him?
No. I do want to just note that he was upgraded to active for this week, bearing any setbacks. So it's not a game time decision anymore unless he gets hurt. He is definitely playing. But a great point on Hooper and Bryant. They are probably going to go double tight, especially with their run game. Will help them with that, and they'll get some dump offs. OBJ, I am not starting, to answer your question. I am sitting and waiting. Let him get back into the groove. Right?
I think it's important to keep an eye out on if there's going to be any limitation. So is he going to have like a snap count? Are they going to kind of hold him back this week? I don't know. If you're really that desperate, if you have all of these guys going down, like let's say Amari doesn't play, Jarvis Landry doesn't play, T. Higgins doesn't play, AB doesn't play, like all these guys are out, and you could have a combination of a couple of those guys. You might have to play OBJ if you have him. So I don't think he's a terrible flex option, considering he and Donovan Peoples-Jones are really the only 2 top wide receivers that they have right now. I also look for Kareem Hunt to be more involved in this game, so I also don't think he's a bad play. I would play both Chubb and Hunt, like you had said, Max. So, with that said, my winner. Oh, never mind. We didn't do the Bears yet. Go ahead.
Got him.
You can go ahead and spoil it if you want. Yeah, Bears. All right. Justin Fields, he's getting the start. So you probably drafted Justin Fields late in the draft, waiting for his opportunity. Here's his opportunity. Are you guys starting him? I think, Regan, you have him, right?
I have him in several leagues. And the Browns' defense is quite good, but he is a mobile quarterback. I think that will cause some problems. But like you said, or I think it was getting to, is you drafted Fields, but you drafted him late. You probably have a starter. Like I have Stafford and Fields. I have Kyler Murray and Fields, I think, in one league. So I'm probably going to wait on Fields and see what he really does. This might be just a test game too for the coaches to see what he has. Ryan, you starting him? It's just tough to say if you really could start him. Honestly, I guess the one thing we should say is if you had Derek Carr and you're not feeling him this week, or if you had somebody, I don't know, I know you weren't playing Tyrod Taylor, but in general, you need to start.
Let's do this. Ryan Tannehill, he's been slacking. Are you throwing in Justin Fields?
I'm probably am throwing in Fields.
I'm not.
Really?
I think Fields just has a really tough matchup, like Reese said. And he didn't look overly impressive last week, which again, we talked about how we'd give him a pass for that, coming in mid-game, not being maybe not being as prepared as he should have been. This week, there's no excuses for that, but at the same time, like I want to see how he kind of can turn it around. And if I have a guy like Tannehill, who I think is going to perform at some point, I'd rather just continue to play him.
Mm-hmm. I'm salty on Tannehill, so that's probably a bad question to ask me.
What if you had like a Jared Goff, Justin Fields situation?
Oh yeah, I hope you don't have that problem because you're probably not winning the league.
I'm probably 0-2. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that reminds me. Monday night when we were recording, going into halftime, Goff only had like one incompletion. I'm like, oh, hey, he's actually probably a good quarterback streaming option. And all of a sudden, I'm watching the game later, and he gets the ball and just drops it on his own, not even touched, fumbles. I'm like, never mind.
Sounds about right, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to wait and see with Fields. Allen Robinson dropped a touchdown, but he also caught one last week, so hopefully he gets his crap together.
So pumped for him.
I'm putting Julio Jones in over him in my flex, so he's going to be on my bench. I think if he has a big game, I'm going to try trading him away for a running back piece. So we'll see. Speaking of running backs, Montgomery. The Browns, they looked better on paper. They've let up over 300 yards each game. So, I mean, it was Kansas City Chiefs the first game. So, of course, you're going to let up a lot of yards and points. But Montgomery, he gets the opportunities. I think you're starting him. Right?
I am. But
Okay.
I put it as a question. I didn't know how you guys felt about it.
I mean, even when you drafted Montgomery, you weren't too excited because it was just a perfect matchup with his run last year. So you weren't sure how it would be with tougher matchups in the beginning of the season. So, but hey, you could do worse.
So far, so good. He put up almost 19 points against the Rams there, who could probably have a better defense than the Browns. So,
definitely.
I think he's still worth starting for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Next matchup. You want to take this one, Ryan?
Yeah, sure. So the next matchup, we have the Washington football team at the Buffalo Bills. So Washington starts, I would say, Antonio Gibson, and I would say Terry McLaurin. And, I still like Logan Thomas. Again, this depends on, who you have at tight end. Was Logan Thomas your guy? And if he was, then I don't know if you have a better option behind him. So what do you guys think? Anybody else you're starting? Heineke? You're starting Thomas? Mac, what do you think?
Heineke, my boy. No, I'm not starting him. Logan Thomas, you got to start him. You took him as a tight end late. I don't want to pivot off of him yet. It's only week 3. Play him. I want to see Antonio Gibson, though. He needs to do better for what his ADP was. So I'm keeping an eye on him. I think some people were taking him like high second round, and I saw him go in the first in one of my leagues too. So I'm sure those people are disappointed. Guy I have a question on, J.D. McKissick. All right, he was involved in the Week 1 against the Chargers, but he was 5 for 6 for 83 yards. He had a rushing touchdown in Week 2 against the Giants. The Bills have been great so far, though, with their defense. So are we planting a kiss on our lineup, or are we kissing the bench?
I honestly would wait for some consistency from him, but I definitely think he's a great stash and see what this if that becomes the usual thing, 5 catches, 6 catches. That'd be nice.
Yeah, the problem is, like, after Week 1, everybody dropped him, and after Week 2, everybody went to pick him back up. So I think you might have to play him.
It's against Buffalo, it's tough because they really, Week 1, they let up 1 catch for 4 yards to Najee Harris. Obviously, last week they posted a goose egg on the Dolphins. I don't know. They're shutting down backs, and he's really the only guy that's going to be involved in the passing game. So Gaskin had 4 catches for 21 yards. If that's going to be kind of your peak for McKissick, then that's not worth a start.
Yeah, maybe. I guess a desperation play with him. For the Bills, Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, hopefully a bounce-back game. I mean, they started trending up better. Zach Moss robbed Josh Allen of his end zone rushes, so hopefully he gets those rushing touchdowns. You starting any running backs here, Regan?
This running backfield is killing me. Zach Moss, scratched, healthy scratch Week 1, didn't play, comes back in the next week, has 2 touchdowns. It's just ridiculous. Singletary, obviously, I believe is the starter. He had 11 carries, I believe, last week compared to Zach Moss's 9. He also had 1 more catch, which I believe was 4 compared to Zach Moss's 3. So they're pretty comparable, honestly. I'd like to wait on that, though. If Zach Moss becomes a goal line back, I have to go and look back and see how Zach Moss scored his 2 touchdowns. But if he's getting that goal line work or something like that, that's a must-have for an offense like this.
Yeah,
there's only 3. Go ahead, Mac.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say there's only 3 running back rooms that I strictly avoid, and this is one of them. I hate the Singletary Moss pairing. It's the worst. And outside of that, we'll talk about some other teams that I feel the same way. But this one is just
the worst.
Every week it's a headache.
Not a fan.
Agreed. But yeah, that's about it. Emmanuel Sanders, keep an eye on him, but he was a drop candidate for me. It's just big plays, and if they don't hit, it sucks. So I think he's going to be a bye week filler for me later on.
Yeah, he's definitely a poor defensive play against. So Bills are going to play somebody crappy. Emmanuel Sanders is going to have 1 play. You just know it's going to happen.
Probably.
So let's do 2 things, though, guys. We didn't pick who was going to win the Bears Cleveland game. And we also have to pick the Washington-Buffalo game. So let's start with the Washington-Buffalo. Mac, who do you think is going to win this game?
Bills.
Bills? I picked the Bills as well. Ryan, clean sweep?
Same,
all right.
Yeah.
And then to backtrack so we don't let our fans down, Chicago Bears versus Cleveland Browns. This, guys, is a tough one for me. I've switched it 3 times. And I don't remember.
Right now, I'm leaning Browns. I'm leaning over, trying to see if some Browns come out on top.
I'm going Browns too. I don't know what that means.
It was a poop joke.
I got it.
Yeah, I think I got that. I got that much. Thanks.
All right, guys. I'm going to officially change mine to the Bears. The Bears.
Good for you.
Wow.
I'm excited. The problem is Chicago's secondary is crappy. That being said, if they don't have Jarvis Landry, OBJ's coming in soft. Maybe their line does a little bit better.
He's not taking our tips, Mac. It's no Trois over here.
Mm-hmm. It's all right. It's all right.
Wah,
Thanks.
wah.
I'll win the money. It's all right. All right. Next matchup, we got the Indianapolis Colts against the Tennessee
Greek mythology,
Titans.
the Titans were greater even than the gods. They ruled their universe with absolute power. Well, that football field out
Smug
there tonight,
Brewery.
that's our universe.
Not a sponsor.
Not
but
this
Candy.
year.
They are not ruling this year. All right, with the Colts. So it's a crapshoot. Carson Wentz breaking his ankles, spraying it or whatever. They're starting either Jacob Eason or Brett Hundley that was on the practice squad.
Carson Wentz is trending though to play.
Yeah, we'll see.
And so if he
won't-
doesn't play, who do you want to
he
be the
won't-
starter?
He won't make it through the game. Who do I want to be the starter? Jacob Eason looks gross, so I guess I'll take Brett Hundley.
It's so crappy.
Anyway, I don't have any faith in wide receiver, tight end, nothing. But it's the Titans. Their defense is bad, but I might stream their defense as well. So, I mean, if you're going to pick a receiver, I guess I would go with Pittman. But yeah, I'm starting Jonathan Taylor. But yeah, Pittman's probably the only guy that I would go with. Oh, maybe Naheem Hines as well as a flex play if you need that in PPR format. What do you got, Ryan?
Brett Hundley or Jacob Eason is, God, I'd rather start Frank Wright, to be honest with you.
I might be able to be a starting QB.
I'll trade.
There you go.
I'll trade Jacoby Brissett for one of them.
Ugh.
No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know about
I'm
that.
just kidding.
We'll get to that, Mac. Stop jumping the gun. All right, yeah. Between Pittman though and Pascal, do you? I guess your favorite in Pittman. They pretty much are pretty equal on catches, but Pascal had 3 touchdowns compared to Pittman's 0. But that means nothing really if Wentz isn't at QB. So probably stay away.
Yeah, I think just better athlete, number 1 receiver with Pittman. I think I would take my chances with him. But like I said, looking elsewhere. Titans, this has got to be their bounce back game. Tannehill, AJ Brown, they have not been doing well. AJ Brown and him just seem off, but that's what happens when you miss a whole off season, not practicing, not playing any preseason games together. So we should have expected this. But yeah, Derrick Henry, you're starting. Julio Jones, I'm going to start. He had a pretty decent game. Last game went 130 yards, something like that. Last week, so
yeah, it's okay. Yeah, he did all right.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, he doesn't get in the end zone. He never does. But this is my problem here, though. I'm trying to decide between him, Ryan Tannehill, or Daniel Jones versus the Falcons. I've been saying all year, I'm not going to start a Giants player. So please talk me out of it and go with my dark horse MVP candidate, Ryan Tannehill. Does he turn it around this game? Do I keep him in, or is it just going to be the Derrick Henry show?
I am also with you in not playing any Giants players whatsoever. So that's on you. I think Tannehill, my prediction is he has the best game he's had all season, which isn't saying much. So good luck with that.
Thanks. Appreciate it. What about you, Ryan?
You guys been sleeping on Sterling Shepard over here.
That's
Dude's
the only player. We'll get to them in the
beast.
NFC breakdown. Calm down.
Yeah, I'm starting Tannehill over Jones. You know, Jones had 100 rushing yards last week. I don't think he's in a touchdown. I don't think he's doing that again, but who knows? But I'm going Tannehill.
He's baiting me in. He's scoring over 30 points each game, and then he's going to do like 10 this week. I have that feeling. All right, I guess I'll stick with Tannehill.
Do it.
Thank you. All right, what do we got next? Anything else on those guys? Winner. Titans.
Easy. Ryan?
Yep. Same.
All right, next matchup. New Orleans Saints at the New England Patriots. Go ahead, Regan.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So we're definitely, for the Saints, we're definitely starting Kamara. I think that's a no-brainer. As for everyone else, just play at your own risk if you really need them. I don't plan on playing anyone. Do you guys plan on playing
Nobody.
Anybody else other than Kamara? All right, simple enough.
Callaway's lost my complete faith. I played him twice.
Oh, what a disappointment.
Hasn't hurt me because I won both weeks, but I just don't want to play him anymore.
See, I was so bummed out when everybody kept reaching on him in all my drafts. I didn't get one bit of Callaway. But I did want to bring up, guys, I took your advice from 2 weeks ago, and I got Juju for Winston, and it sure panned out last week. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I sent it back to him. I was like, all right, let's do it. And he's like, simple. Within minutes, he had already accepted it. So I was like, perfect.
Nice.
So Winston went from throwing 5 touchdowns to throwing 2 picks the week after.
Freaking idiot.
Nailed it.
Good for him. He doesn't listen, right?
Less yards. Less yards last week. He had 148 yards week 1. He threw for less week 2.
Didn't think it was possible.
He'll go off against New England, though. You just watch.
And,
yeah,
Matt, got sneaky plays?
Yeah, sneaky play, tight end, Juwan Johnson. Expect if they get down into the red zone, a goal line, that there's going to be all out for Kamara, and he's going to sneak out into the flat, and they dump it off to him for a couple touchdowns again. So just keep an eye on that if you are desperate for a stream or you want to just take the long shot. You're projected to lose by 20 points. Yeah, why not? Try it. My opinion, anyway.
Yeah.
New England Patriots. Just
awesome.
Whatever you think the game spree. Yeah. Game script will be low scoring. Start Nick Folk. Start Damian Harris and James White. Damian Harris. So the weather report right now is looking like some rain. So we'll see, and the humidity as well. So
is
just
it
keep an eye
going to rain
on
Sunday
that.
now?
That's what they're saying. Saturday and Sunday, I think. So yeah, just keep an eye out for that. But yeah, I really wouldn't anybody in the passing game. I don't want Jacoby Myers. Do you guys? He has never scored a touchdown. You know that?
He's a PPR play at best forever. He's their third down receiver. He has a parcel of the Julian Edelman role. Because Julian Edelman did a lot more, but he also got all the third downs. So in PPR, I think he's an all right play to play in a flex or in a deeper league. That's about it.
I feel like he can do better. James White, I'm going to start him in one of my leagues. So
yes.
We'll see how it works out. Tight ends, McCorkle, you sitting them, Ryan? You playing any of the tight ends? They've been pretty disappointing.
Yeah, they really have been. I think I expect more in the future from Hunter Henry. I'm still not giving up on him. We're only 2 weeks into the season here, and as Mac Jones goes on, as we get through the year, I think you're probably going to start seeing some deeper passes, less check downs. So if you're that desperate, I would play Hunter Henry. Now, guys, in our session takeover 2, we got Gerald Everett and Hunter Henry. Who are we playing there?
Oh, Gerald Everett.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm playing Gerald Everett.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that game
cool.
For sure. Who wins? You taking the Patriots? I'm assuming.
Don't ask dumb questions.
I'm taking the Saints, so we'll see.
What?
Kamara.
That's out.
James Winston's going to throw for less yards than he threw last week.
That doesn't matter. Kamara's going to run all over him.
Cool, man. Whatever floats your boat.
They're letting up over an average of 5 rushing yards to the Jets. Yeah. Their run defense is not good, and wait until they play a decent running team.
They allowed them to run.
What about like the Saints? Are they a decent running team?
Okay.
They have Alvin Kamara, right?
Yeah, but he's like a receiver. He's not even a running back.
He can run too. I mean, he's good. That's why he's
a fantastic O-line. So this is a true test. That's for damn sure.
That is
Kevin
true.
Coleman and Michael Carter and Ty Johnson.
With a rookie coach too. You got it with Sean Payton. They always play each other tough. Patriots and Saints. I remember that one game where the Saints were up by like 2 touchdowns, and then the Patriots came back, and then Kenbrell Tompkins won it for him with like seconds left, and the Saints were like celebrating before
the end
of the game. And you left that game, you idiot!
Oh no!
Gosh.
I got work tickets, and I was with a client and everything. And then he was like, all right, let's go outside. I was like, oh, all right. Because right before, nobody knows this, but right before that drive, nobody remembers, is Tom Brady went on the field, went 4 and out, and he looked like he quit. And it's Tom Brady.
Yep.
And then went back out there and was like, well, all right, we're going to win.
All right, next matchup. We got to move along.
Stop going so slow.
Yeah, Cincinnati Bengals at the Pittsburgh Steelers here. Joe Mixon, you're starting him.
Yep.
It's going to be a tough matchup, but he gets the work. He might get 30 rushing attempts, so we'll see what happens. T. Higgins, Regan, you're saying he hurt his shoulder?
Yeah, he's got a shoulder injury, was sidelined at practice today. That definitely bumps up Boyd, and Chase in the receptions this week if he's out.
Yeah, man. I haven't been the biggest Jamar Chase fan, but he's been producing. He only had like 2 receptions last week, though, so we'll see against a tough defense before all the injuries. So is TJ Watt back, or is he done? He's not playing.
He was on the injury report as well. I don't know if he's playing, though.
Yeah, I don't know if he's playing either. I meant to check that. Yeah, sits the tight ends, and Joe Burrow, he really hasn't been making the top 12, so...
You're not going to start him versus the Steelers.
Yeah. TJ Watt was limited in practice today, so he was back practicing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, good. For the Steelers, I just want to go back, look at some history here. So for starting Joe Mixon, for Najee Harris, excuse me. Dalvin Cook had a 19-point game against the Steelers. Ty Montgomery, he only had 11 points. I expect Najee to get around 15. He'll be in between there, especially with Deontay Johnson out. So start Najee Harris. Hopefully he has a better game. Then he starts trending upwards. Juju Smith-Schuster should have a big game. Claypool now, really hit or miss. But Cincinnati's allowing the 12th most wide receiver points so far this season. Are you guys starting Claypool? Because Deontay Johnson most likely is out. Is that report true, or?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely trending that way. That's for sure.
Okay.
He's got a knee injury. It's all based on Big Ben plays, though, with his pectoral muscle. And I also want to note you said Ty Montgomery. It's David Montgomery.
Did I say Ty?
It's well, we have and a touchdown period, David Montgomery, so it looks like Ty Montgomery. So
I wasn't sure. I was
that was funny.
No, it was good. Where is he? Is he on the? He's not on the Jets. Where is he now?
He's on the
Saints.
Remember. Saints, right?
He is on the Saints.
Ty?
That's right.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, he is.
I have him in that league. I got Tevin Coleman.
That's the deepest league in the world.
We want people to listen to this podcast.
I'm undefeated in that league. I got Tevin Coleman in my lineup, and I haven't lost. And I'm like the second highest scorer. So I got a serious wide receiver crew, and I got Austin Eckler, and I will. I'll put it on my social.
So if Mason Rudolph is the quarterback here, we sit in the receivers then?
I'd play Juju for PPR in PPR.
Okay. All right.
Definitely playing Juju. Must start if Deontay's
and I just
out
got him.
Big Ben's playing. Yeah, he's a must start. I think Claypool's still a risk because I still think, like I've said consistently, like Ben's got to have time to throw him the ball, and I still don't think he's going to have that time against the Bengals. I don't think he's going to have that time against anybody. He could play Alabama Crimson Tide and not have enough time. So, yeah, Juju.
So as go ahead.
Just for that, Claypool, he's going to have 30 points.
He might.
Calling it. Start Claypool.
Don't.
Yeah, I'm picking the Steelers to win.
I am picking the Bengals because I don't think Big Ben's going to play.
Ooh, okay.
I think Big Ben is going to play, and I'm going to go with the Steelers.
If Big Ben plays, I'm definitely going the Steelers, but I just got a gut feeling.
All right. This next matchup, we have 1 minute. Ryan, go.
Ugh.
All right. We got the New York Jets and the Denver Broncos. Jets starts Corey Davis. No one else.
Nobody else. You don't want to touch on the
Broncos.
other one.
Teddy Bridgewater, low end quarterback 1. Definitely start Cortland Sutton. Definitely start Noah Fant. Done. Next matchup.
That's it.
What's
You
the
don't wanna
winner?
Talk about Tim Patrick. He has a touchdown in each game.
He's got a point.
You got to start
You might
Tim
wanna-
Patrick
you might wanna play him.
or Claypool. Tim Patrick or Claypool?
Tim Patrick.
I would play
Tyler
Tim
Boyd.
Patrick too.
Tyler Boyd or Tim Patrick?
Tyler Boyd.
Yeah.
If T. Higgins doesn't play, for sure, Tyler Boyd.
Corey Davis or Tim Patrick?
Ooh,
Corey Davis.
Corey
Ooh,
Davis.
First, yeah.
Bigger upside, but Patrick could be a more safe play.
He's going to get a couple more.
Denver Broncos defense is good. So
I know. That's what I'm second guessing.
yeah, we'll see. They're going to be the only 3-0 team after this weekend. Because this
He is listening.
This next matchup.
DK's awake. We didn't know.
This next matchup we're getting to, but so I guess we're assuming Denver Broncos are going to win, right? Everybody,
Broncos.
not just me. Okay.
Yes, Broncos.
The missing in action Dolphins. Oh, I'm sorry. The Miami Dolphins at Oakland Raiders. Regan. It's not Oakland. It's Las Vegas.
I didn't write Oakland. You jerk.
I know. That was me. I did.
That would be something I would do, though.
All right.
See?
Miami Dolphins. They're going to win. They're going to win with their defense. They're going to show the Raiders that they're really not that good. The receivers for Miami, they take a huge hit with the Brissett under center. So I'm not really looking to start anybody besides Waddle. You guys think that you're going to start any receivers for Miami? You guys haven't been high on them in the first place anyway, but with Brissett.
Well, I said Waddle last week.
Yeah, but you're not like they're just average. Like they're not going to win you the week type of thing. They're good flex plays. That's it.
Which, is fine for now. I mean, Jalen Waddle had 6 catches last week. Didn't score a touchdown. That was the big thing. But if a guy's going to break a play and make a big play, it's going to be him. And he is pretty good with yards after the catch, so he doesn't have to depend on passes downfield. He could depend on a short screen and turn it into something. So I think I would consider Jalen Waddle as a flex play, but that's probably about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just think somebody that can actually outrun the defenders with drags and stuff, just coming underneath and burning them.
Fuller's back. No Fuller.
Fuller, I want to see how he looks. I don't trust him. I actually just had to drop him in one of my leagues because I needed to pick up a freaking kicker.
I want to see how he plays without performance-enhancing drugs.
They're still in his system, though. He's fine.
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't think of that.
Next year, you got to worry about it. But here we go. Myles Gaskin. He had his best game against them last season. Maybe producer Kyle remembers this. 87 rushing yards. He was 5 for 5 for 82 yards and 2 touchdowns. They need him to go off. I need him to go off all over my lineup. So, come on, Gaskin.
You're sounding stupid.
Fill up and burn it, man. Let's go. You're not gonna start Gaskin.
Coming off a nice 25-yard game last week.
Yeah, it was the
awesome
Buffalo Bills, not the Raiders.
I'm starting Gaskin.
Thank you.
I'm a big guy.
See, that's why we're like undefeated.
We just lost all viewership, actually. So.
I'm sure we lost
viewers gone.
Because we're about to move into the Raiders here. Oh, real quick, Gesicki, 6 targets last week from Brissett. I guess you could do worse if you're streaming a tight end. I might take him and put him in my lineup. We'll see. I meant to look back. To see what Gesicki did against the Raiders last season. I'm pretty sure he kicked their ass. So go ahead and Ryan, touch on the Raiders for me, please.
All right, the Raiders. So I would say my starts are going to be Derek Carr because he looks so damn good. Kenyon Drake, because we know Josh Jacobs is likely not going to play. Don't play Peyton Barber. Maybe if you're desperate, he's probably going to get a handful of probably 9-10 carries, but I'd probably stay away from him. And Darren Waller, and I'm going to say start Henry Ruggs. Start him. Throw him in there.
You got to start
Big game last week.
Don't do it.
Definitely do it.
Boomer bust player.
Good.
He had 61-yard catch last week, and that's the only reason why his stats are where they are. Just saying.
Yeah. Mike Gesicki only had 10 points against the Raiders last year, so I mean, you could do worse. Yeah, that's about it for all the Raiders, right? There's nothing else to talk about.
We talked about the Miami Dolphins who got a goose egg last week. Nobody put up any points for about 3 minutes and 30 seconds on the Raiders, who are absolutely dominating the season.
We spent 2 episodes this week talking about the Raiders. I can't talk about them anymore.
Is that what happens when I'm not here?
Exactly.
Starting Derek Carr. Kenya Drake in a revenge game. Is he going to go off against Miami? I doubt it. Darren Waller, you're starting.
Oh, yeah.
That's about it. I don't see anybody else being a big boomer bust play, I guess, if you want.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. This is
breaking news.
Well, hold on. Nope,
Henry Ruggs, 5 receptions, 113 yards, 1 touchdown. Is that the news?
Breaking news. Christian McCafferey in the medical tent.
You are fake
That happened
news.
last week, too. That happened last week, and he came back.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Oh, God.
For the love of God, Christian, stop doing this to me.
What are they doing? What's the score?
7-0 Carolina. Sam Darnold ran it in for a touchdown. We started Sam Darnold in our session takeover 2.
Yeah, we did, baby.
18.8 points right now with 11 minutes left in the second quarter.
Don't sleep on Sam Darnold. I'm going to get one of my quarterback predictions right. Heineke or him.
Who would have thought he would be the one? Not me.
All right, who we got to win this game, Mac?
Miami, obviously.
Ryan.
The Raiders.
PK.
Is that a good Berman impression?
It's obviously the Raiders, and not because they're my favorite team. It's because Miami is awful, disgusting, worst team in the league.
Can't believe they beat my Patriots. No, the Jets are the worst team in the league.
No,
the Jets are pretty bad. Jacksonville's pretty bad. Houston's pretty bad.
It's the Raiders for me.
Jacoby Brissett is pretty bad.
Yes, he is pretty bad.
Was that the last game, guys?
That was the last game. So
I get so much more energy.
For some reason, made it through the end of this episode. We have another one coming up with the NFC start and sit, so you can burn it all there, Regan.
With some news that I'm gonna bring.
Oh yeah.
Need another beer.
Me too. Need another margarita. Put up with your shit.
You're drinking all that sugar and you still sound monotone? Killing me.
Do I sound monotone?
No.
She's throwing shots.
Sorry, I'm not high energy like you. My bad.
I'm overtired. I'm just burning. Just burning the last of it.
Perk of the week over here. All right. If you could just like and follow, subscribe to our channels, whatever you are listening or watching us on, we'd much appreciate it. Share our tips with your friends and family, especially your mom. She enjoys our tips. Have a good night.
Just like that.
Well, Dak, here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence.